After learning that Lu Ying's helper was actually Yang Kai, Shen Shidao's mood suddenly became subtle, and there was a bitterness in her mouth. Although she was interested in making friends with Yang Kai and having a good relationship, so that she could invite him later to travel together, but if he can't get through this situation, what can you do? Yang Kai only has the cultivation level of Saint King Chu layer. How can he break the restriction of this place and rescue the three of them? However, he came to help after all. Shen Shidao, despite being disappointed in her heart, didn't say much. She was about to say something grateful, but Wang Yuhin from the Extreme Path sect yelled angrily. What is the use bringing him here? The three of us struggled to help you escape, and you brought such a person over here. Do you want us to die? Liang's small face suddenly turned pale, staring at Wang Yuhin with guilt and anxiety all over her face. But Shen Shidao smiled. Brother Wang, aren't you a bit too much? Could it be that you're not clear where this place is? No one will come to Burial Valley. Sister Lion can find little brother Yang is already very lucky. What else do you want? She bluntly reprimanded Wang Yuhin, who had a sullen face. Although there was no rebuttal, anyone could see his unhappy face. Yang Kai, who was standing outside, finally turned his gaze away from the original observation position and glanced at him lightly, but he didn't say much. The other party's words obviously had the inkling of ridicule toward him. Although Yang Kai is not happy, he is too lazy to care about him. What he cares is the restriction and the Silver Night Thunder Beast inside. Needless to say, the restriction exists because there is a special existence such as Thunder Pond. This place was also a forbidden place of ancient Yang sect. It should be specially developed for the martial artist who cultivate technique and martial skill of Thunder attribute. And the Thunder Beast, don't know what method was used to open the restriction here, and trap Shen Shidao and others in it. The Silver Night Thunder Beast is originally a monster of the Thunder attribute. In addition, there is a Thunder Pond here. It also fight in the restriction. Its strength is indeed as Lu Ying said, and it can be used exceptionally. Silver Night Thunder Beast is a bit strange, with a body of a deer, tail of a leopard, and a thunder light flashing the whole body, and a thick scale armor is draped on the surface, giving off strong defense. There were also two curved horns on its forehead. The lightning was also surging on the curved horns. With a huge head swing, it pulled the green clouds in the sky, attracting the power of the sky above, and smashing it on its two horns immediately. It blasted out from the double horns and went straight to the opposite side, and those horns seemed to have some magical power of growth that can increase the power of heavenly thunder. From time to time, the beast spit out a thunderball from its mouth. The thunderball hit in front of Shen Shidao and others. After that the ball burst. The sky is full of lightning, swimming like a snake in the sky and unpredictable. Shen Shidao with the others are hiding behind a large 3-foot umbrella. The large umbrella emits no weak energy fluctuations. The rings of light and runes can be seen on the surface. It should be what Lu Ying said before. Avoid grade high rank defensive treasure, the 9 Palace Heavenly Umbrella. When all the thunder attacks come in contact, the attack power is greatly reduced by the magical power of the 9 Palace Heavenly Umbrella. Yang Kai looked at it for a moment, and immediately knew that if it were not for this defensive treasure, the three of them including Shen Shidao, would have died long ago. Although with this excellent defensive treasure, Shen Shidao can take the majority of Silver Night Thunder Beast attack, but it is still not enough. Shen Shidao was not able to withstand all the attack. Wang Yuhin erected a colorful screen in front of him. The screen is actually a defensive treasure. The attack that Shen Shidao unable to resist was blocked by the screen, and the thunder arcs poured into it and disappeared. Don't know where it went. The last one, Shen Fanlei, he did not make any defensive movements against the lightning arc from the thunder beast of the Silver Night, but he swallowed and sucked the scattered power of thunder and lightning into his belly. Among the three, he is the most relaxed. It seems that the scattered lightning power can not only hurt him, but also enhance his strength. This made Yang Kai not pay much attention to him. He judged that this person is either physically special or cultivated some incredible cultural technique. His spirit was normal, his eyes were bright and full of energy, as if full of vitality. The three people are facing each other and defending against the storm of Silver Night Thunder Beast. There will be no worries for surviving for a while, but how long can they last like this? Once Shen Shidao and Wang Yuhin Saint Yuan is exhausted, it is only a matter of time before they're defeated. Even if Shen Fanlei's physique and culture technique are special, he will not be spared. Little brother Yang Shen Shidao whispered in a hurry, "If you have any means to save us, please hurry up, we are almost unable to hold it." She saw that Yang Kai had been standing still and didn't move. He didn't bother to help and didn't leave immediately. She was naturally anxious. Yang Kai said faintly, "Let's wait." Shen Shidao's expression was bitter, but she didn't urge it anymore. Instead, it was Wang Yuhin, who stared coldly at Yang Kai. He seemed to think that if Yang Kai didn't want to help, he should get out early. Under the eagerness of lying, she has already joined the battle, but she was blocked by the restriction, and she can only use means to attack the restrictions to see if there is a chance to break the restriction. Except for Yang Kai, no one noticed that Yang Yan had secretly moved. To break the restrictions, Yang Kai naturally handed over to Yang Yan, so he did not rush. This restrictions is extraordinary at first glance, and there is a thunder pond as a source of energy. It can't be broken by brute force in a short time. Why should he waste his energy? After a while, Yang Yan suddenly whispered, "You can do it now. It takes a certain time for me to crack this restrictions. I'm afraid it's not as fast as your direct attack to crack it, but I transferred its energy source. You just need to take the shot." Alright. Yang Kai nodded and once again presented 100 Mountain picture, but this time was different from the last rescue of Xianxia and others. As soon as the 100 Mountain picture appeared, there were 20 mountain peaks flying out of it, and immediately urged by Yang Kai, it mercilessly smashed towards the restrictions formation. I don't think he has any ability, he just relies on brute force. Shen girl, we can't pin our hope on this kid, we still have to find a way to do it ourselves. The method of Yang Kai's display was the same as last time, and Wang Yuhin couldn't help but tease. Screaming, he didn't see that with this thunder pond, it is not possible to use brute force to break the restrictions here. Shen Shidao frowned, she also felt that Yang Kai was a bit too reckless, but Wang Yuhin's words still made her uncomfortable. The face was cold, and she did not answer. During the talk, the shadows of the mountains smashed into the restrictions with great force, and shattered the restrictions. At the same time, the power of thunder and lightning in the thunder pool poured out, trying to replenish the energy of the restrictions. In this case, Shen Shidao and Wang Yuhin have seen it countless times, and it is precisely because of this that they have not wasted their energy to attack the restrictions, because with the addition of the power of thunder and lightning, this layer of restrictions is not something they can crack. What surprised them was that the power of thunderstorms from the thunder pond just flowed around the restrictions, and they didn't know why it was transferred outside, and the restrictions themselves didn't get any supplements. Looking around, on the periphery of the restrictions, there was a piece of wood that looked like a dead wood stored in place. All the power of thunder and lightning that was transferred away poured into this piece of dead wood and disappeared into the earth. This made them both surprised and happy. Don't know why just a piece of dead wood can play such a magical role. Yang Kai didn't know either, but he had full confidence in Yang Yan. Seeing that this method of transfer was really effective, naturally he spared no effort to motivate the power of 100 Mountain picture, and continue to smash the restrictions. He didn't want to stay here anymore, and his shots had no reservations. The power of 100 Mountain picture was more than a few times and more horrible than the last time, so Shen Shidao was shocked to see it. Only then, she realized that last time Yang Kai was hiding his strength. Yang Kai is smashing the restrictions here. Obviously, the Silver Night Thunder Beast inside the restrictions won't sit by and ignore it. When it detects something was wrong, a cry like a bull roar and a tiger roar from the throat. A lightning that was thicker than the human legs was blasted, hitting the two horns of the Silver Night Thunder Beast. The light on those two horns flashed, and a lightning that was fiercer than the lightning just now hurried toward Yang Kai. "Brother Yang, be careful." Shen Shidao warned him, she knew the power of this kind of attack. Without 9 Palace Heavenly Gauze umbrella, she wouldn't dare to make contact with it. Yang Kai only has the cultivation level of Saint King 2 layer, if he is hit, he will be wiped out. What surprised her was that although Yang Kai heard the warning, he just stood there without moving. Instead, in front of him, a shield with purple rhythm appeared. The shield suddenly had a terrible force, and it immediately became a large piece. Sandstorms are formed and blocked in front of Yang Kai. Kacha. The lightning did not enter the sandstorm, but was blocked by the wind and sand, but it disappeared in a moment without a trace. Void grade high rank defense secret treasure. Wang Yuhan snorted and looked at the shield with hot eyes. He is a disciple of Extreme Path sect, and the cultivation level has reached Saint King 3 layer. But so far, he has not been able to get the secret treasure above void grade middle rank. Shen Shidao can have one as a reward for the sect elder. But, this surnamed Yang. Where can he get the secret treasure of this grade? And looking at the defensive power of this secret treasure, it seems that it is no worse than the 9 Palace Heavenly Gauze umbrella. Comparing the secret treasures he owns, Wang Yuhan suddenly finds that he is really shabby, and can't help but feel a little angry. To be continued.